YouTube. It's Carrie here, otherwise known as Fresh Orangina. Hope everybody is doing well this morning. I have been trying to get this video done for like 3 days. Might have to change my internet provider. I don't know. I don't know if it's YouTube or if it's my internet. Regardless, today's topic is what I eat in a day. This is a video that was requested by Norland's VSG. Thanks for the request. Great idea. Have to do a live stream because like my uploads are just not working, and I'm gonna try and keep this as short as possible. So hopefully it works this time. So it is coming to the end of summer. As a lot of you guys know, I do a lot of gardening. This actually is influencing a lot what I'm eating. If any of you have seen my garden tour from last year, I did mention that I typically don't grow stuff anymore that is higher carb because I don't eat it as much. So I'll tell you the kind of things that are coming out of the garden right now that I have a lot of. So tomatoes, green beans, cucumbers, peppers. I've been having a lot of herbs and greens and stuff like that. Salads, I'm kind of here. Let me see if I can put this down somewhere. Let's see what I can do here. Prop this up. Two hands. All right. So, yeah, zucchini, eggplant, I've got cabbages that are going, so I've been taking a few leaves and I can use that in something. And then for the fall, I have a lot of greens planted, a lot of choy, some broccoli rabe, and that kind of thing. But I've been doing really, really well with the gardening. It's funny, it's garbage day to day, and I have like no garbage. I have no garbage because everything's either going to the compost or because I'm buying very, very little processed foods or anything like that. I have no garbage. It's kind of incredible. Oh, but what are you doing for protein? Oh, so I have a bit of a fabulous situation where I have a friend who raises chickens, and I've been sort of trading things for eggs. The summers I've been very, very lucky to get some really, really wonderful homestead fresh eggs. A little bit different than farm fresh eggs. And I really, really love that. I've been eating stuff like a lot of like just to cover just the proteins, the straight up proteins. I'm eating not very much meat, sparingly, here and there. Mostly fish and seafood, as per usual. Tofu, definitely. Because it's super versatile. It's easy. You don't have to defrost it. It's just in your fridge. You can just throw it into a stir fry and not have to worry about it. It's easy to digest. It's very versatile in different ways that you can cook it. So I've been doing a lot of stuff like that. As far as dairy, moderate. As many of you who follow me know, like a standard breakfast for me is cottage cheese with cucumbers cut up in it. During the year, like I have that quite a bit. Because I haven't been doing a whole lot of shopping, I'm not really buying a lot of stuff like that because it doesn't last for an extremely long time. So how does my day start typically? 100% every day starts with coffee. I love my coffee. And what do I put in my coffee? I've never had coffee my entire life sort of like sweetened. And so I do, but I always have like dairy in it. So I've been getting bags of like Homo milk and throwing them in the freezer. Bag, you're like, if you're American, you'd be like, bag of milk? What are you talking about? Here in Canada, we have always had like, you get a big bag and it's filled with, in that bag, 3 bags that are a liter each of milk, and you put them in a little holder and you cut the top off and that's your milk. So yeah, so I've been freezing that. And then I have just like, I don't know, like a tablespoon or 2 of that milk in my coffee. Well, why do I pick homogenized milk? Personally, I like it better. I find I use less of it. It's not quite like cream, but it's not like 1 or 2% milk, or like, dare I say, skim milk, which I barely think of as milk. You know, I use a little bit of it. I don't, you know, and oh, but there's carbs. Yeah, no, it's never been a problem for me. So coffee. Typically in the morning, I will have like 1 or 2 coffees. I used to have more. I used to drink coffee like all day long. I'm trying to reduce that a little bit. So breakfast. What am I eating? Um, because it's the season, I've got vegetables I gotta use all the time. I go out in the morning with my coffee, I see what's ready, I do a little harvest, I bring it inside, and very often I will make veggies with an egg in my cast iron. This is like I just something that I love. It's simple, it's easy. Last year I was doing a lot of like veggie omelets, but it actually, like, I don't know, I find it doesn't really always need the cheese. Sometimes it can be a little bit too heavy feeling in the morning. So yeah, just veggies and eggs. I love it. This morning I had some quail eggs with a veggie mix of pepper and zucchini, and that was delicious. If I don't have something like that, sometimes if I'm lazy, I'll have leftovers. I don't always have breakfast food. Very often, if I'm on the go, I'll bring something together like an antipasto little mix. So get a few marinated veggies, or you know, a little piece of cheese and some olives. Sometimes it's cucumber tomato salad. Depends on what's fresh and what needs to be used. But typically it's something lighter and smaller. That's what I'm going for these days. Now for lunch, when I'm in the salad season, which I'm sort of between salad seasons right now. In the heat of summer, salad just bolts in the garden. So in the spring, I was having salad like every day, sometimes twice a day. There was so much salad coming in. I have salad planted that will be ready probably starting in a couple of weeks. But right now I'm sort of in between, so I'm not, I had like my last salad a couple of nights ago, and so I've got a little bit of a space between that time. So I haven't been having as many salads for lunch. So what am I doing? I'm doing more like stuff like a tomato and cucumber salad. Or I'll have a stir fry. I've got a lot of beans in the garden. They've been super productive this year, and I love that. And so doing a little bean stir fry with some other little veggies and some tofu, you know, that's delicious. What else might I have for lunch? Because I'm trying to lose weight right now, I'm not doing any of the carb bases. So like no bread, no, you know, none of that stuff, no rice, no potatoes. Once I hit maintenance, I can start to incorporate a few of those back in, but I've got 15 pounds I'm trying to lose. When I did Veganuary, back in January and went vegan for the month, I kind of went a little off the rail with the carbs, and like immediately I gained like 10 pounds. Because if you're going to do a higher carb, you've got to start restricting the fat. And that's just something I'm not used to, because I love the flavor. You know, cooking is my life. Like food is just my passion. And yeah, it didn't really work out for me well that way. I'm not like a big meat eater to begin with, you know, but going completely vegan for me, I don't think is sustainable for me. I think over the years I've learned enough about what works for me to know that low carb pescatarian, that's the way to go for me. And like I've said before that I will strategically use certain meat products like liver at certain times of the month, as us ladies know, in order to recover some of the nutrients lost from our monthly cycle. So that iron, I've been anemic since last October, struggling with that because I had an underlying condition that I had surgery for last month. Finally got my iron this past Friday, and I feel like a new human being again. I feel like I'm alive again. Any of you who have had issues with iron deficiency anemia before, you know what I'm talking about. And the difference is night and day. So glad to be back in full force. So let's move on to dinners, shall we? Okay, so dinner typically I will defrost something like fish or seafood like shrimp, or I often do stuff like calamari or octopus or stuff like that. I also have stuff like mussels fairly often. Cultivation of mussels here in North America has gotten really, really good, especially in Canada, in maritime provinces. They do a lot of mussel production. And so, like, I could go into Costco any day and get like 2 giant packages of mussels for, it's not very much. I think it's like $12 or something like that. And that's here in Canada where the prices are fairly high. So it's a very, very reasonable, non-expensive food. It's super nutrient dense. So easy to make. If you guys are interested in learning how to do mussels, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see if I can do like a live stream, because like it literally just takes like 8 minutes. That's how long it takes to make mussels. So quick. Like you think of like, oh, how long it's gonna take. Oh, I've got to make dinner. This is something that's super, super quick. So if you're interested in it, let me know. So what will I have with my protein? So let's say, for example, tonight I defrosted some cod that I have. So I'm planning on making acquapazza. If y'all don't know what that is, it's sort of an Italian recipe where you make it in the pan with tomatoes and a little bit of wine, and it's really, really good. Pretty simple way to make fish. Good beginner recipes for people who are not accustomed to cooking fish. So look up those recipes, acquapazza. If you want me to make that, I'll make that. Hey, let me know. And what am I going to have with that? So typically I will have like either 1 or 2 vegetable side dishes with my proteins. So tonight I have green beans that I got to make. I've got so much coming from the garden. So I'm going to do them sort of like the Italian or Greek style, with cooked with tomato and garlic and onion. So good. Delicious, simple. And that's how I love to cook. Really ingredient focused. You want to have like great ingredients to start with, and then like you can't go wrong, really. A lot of people like to make really sort of more complicated things, and it doesn't have, like, honestly, when you're dealing with good food, when you're used to tasting, you know the ingredients in the food, that's all you need. Simplicity. I grew up in Italy, and that's overwhelmingly the cuisine there isn't like the northern cuisine where you have a lot of lasagna and put together dishes like stuff like that. It's more simple. The way people eat every day is more simple. Side dishes like chicoria, which is like dandelion greens, or like grilled zucchini, grilled eggplant, stewed eggplant, or stewed beans, stuff like that. It's super, super simple, and a lot of the bases of how you make these recipes are very versatile among different vegetables. Any kind of green, you can do it. Do it in the pan with, just steam it. Well, blanch it first, and then throw it in a pan with a little bit of garlic and pine nuts and chili pepper and a little bit of salt and pepper, and that's delicious. This is simple, simple stuff. But high on the satisfaction level, really, really good for a satisfying, meal that has great nutrition, but is moderate calories, right? Like, it's not a super high calorie. It doesn't have to be high fat in order to be low carb. That's a misconception I think a lot of people have, because of keto sort of like exploded over the internet, and everybody's like, oh, high fat everything, and you don't really have to do it that way. You can do a low carb keto style eating that's focused around even plant protein, or protein and nutrient dense low carb veggies. And that is honestly, according to how things have worked in my body, the best way that you can eat. I am gonna, and then, well, let me just cover like dessert snackish stuff really quickly. Typically I'll have something like berries in the fridge, so I can throw together something easy. A snack that I had the other day was like blueberries with a little bit of yogurt. And I have, the yogurt that I have right now in the fridge is like a, more of like an ethnic style yogurt. So it's a little bit higher fat, but it's a thick yogurt. that is no sugar in it and it's got that sour note to it. So like it's a real yogurt. Like it's not a processed, highly processed with a lot of sugar or other gums and different things in it. Super super simple. You want to just like milk and cultures. That's what you're looking for. Not all that extra ingredients. You don't need that. And honestly, the closer you get to simple, to the way things used to be made, like 100, 200 years ago, the better off you will be. You know, highly processed stuff has only brought us into the obesity epidemic that we have today, and that we're all a part of that, you know, these new modes of eating, these new foods that we never really had before in our human history are not really that great for us. So get back to the basis of what human eating really really means to be. All right, everybody. Again, if you want suggestions on what do you eat in a day? What are your favorite meals? Or if you want to see any of those recipes that I'm going to be making, I'll see if I can put together a live stream. We'll see if we can do it. Let's see if this works first. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that the upload works. All right, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Success to everyone. And keep doing the good stuff, and good stuff will keep happening. That's the best advice I can give anyone. All right. Bye.